Let me expose these bozos real quick, y'all. Here they go. Here go these bozos. They got this guy named Steve coming up. Look like he half dead in the corner over there. He gonna come up to the podium, but it supposed to be his story. He supposed to have a story to tell, but he reading from a script, ladies and gentlemen. Watch when he approach the podium. He don't have nothing in his hand, but then when he get to the podium, he's reading from a script, and then at one point, he said his prescription drug cost 16,000 a month. That's what he said, y'all. 16,000 a month. And then Biden came right along and screwed him over and said Steve pays $35 a month. Let's listen to these bozos, y'all.
Of dignity after they retire. So that includes, of course, our next speaker. Please welcome Stephen Hatfield. Thank you very much.
Nothing in his hand, right? Y'all see? Nothing in his hand. He going straight to the podium reading from a script that they already had on the podium, y'all. Watch.
My name is Stephen Hadfield, and I'm from Matthews, North Carolina. I am 71 years old, a husband, a grandfather of 3, and a football fanatic. I also live with a rare blood cancer and type 2 diabetes, 2 health conditions that require very expensive drugs. Every month, the treatment I need to stay alive costs $16,000.
Y'all hear that? $16,000 for him to stay alive. He looked like he already did. Let's go. Remember that, y'all. 16,000. And then wait for Biden to hit the podium and watch what he say how much Steve drug costs every month.
I have been a hard worker all my life, and I always had to work multiple jobs simultaneously so I can afford my medications. My doctors have constantly warned me.
Now, if I got a story to tell, I ain't reading from no script because it's my story. You know what I'm saying? And as y'all can see, he approached the podium with no paper in his hand. The script was already on the podium, y'all.
Over the years, the strain for all these jobs could seriously impact my health. But I'm afraid if I retire, I won't be able to afford what I need to survive. At times, I've had to forego or ration some of my drugs because they were just so expensive. No one in America should have to live this way. That's why I am so grateful to President Biden for passing the Inflation Reduction Act. It already made a huge difference in my life. Instead of having to pay $400 per month for my insulin prescription, I now get it for $35. And soon Medicare will be able to negotiate lower prices for cancer drugs too.
That's how you should have been looking at the peoples when you telling your story, not a piece of paper story. What's his name? Bill, Bruce, whatever his name is.
It's given me an entirely new lease on life. For too long, drug makers have made a fortune while patients like me live in constant fear, wondering how we pay for our medicine. Thanks to President Biden, that's changing. He's finally ending big pharma's one-sided pricing power and giving seniors like me a break. But it's not just me. His actions are literally saving the lives of so many other patients and families across the country who are struggling to pay their medical bills. He gets it. And that's why it is my greatest honor to introduce the man responsible for all these incredible changes, President Joe Biden.
Look at these 2 old logs.
Thank you very much.
Like they went to school together, like they best friends, y'all. And he reading from that goddamn script that Biden put up there for him. You know what I'm saying? As y'all can see. Now let's listen to Joe Biden. Let's listen to Joe Biden say his prescription drug costs $35 a month after he said he pays $16,000 a month. And listen to Joe Biden's voice, y'all. He's hurting, y'all. He hurting. He don't got no power, international power anymore. Look at him, y'all. Listen to his voice in this speech. Now, y'all, watch how he coached the crowd to clap. You know what I mean? That's how you know it's a paid crowd. The goddamn scripts they reading from, they made the scripts up. But now watch him make the crowd clap. Watch, y'all. The
Members
paid
of Congress,
crowd.
the organizations you belong to, for making this happen. It wouldn't happen without you. And that's not hyperbole. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm serious. I'm deadly earnest about it. I really am. So
This old fart don't know if he want to cough or not, ladies and gentlemen. He put his hand up like he was about to cough, but he forgot that the cough wasn't coming yet. Watch.
I get in real trouble if I do that. But thank you. 2 weeks ago, we celebrated the first anniversary of the Inflation Reduction Act, which in a sense is misnamed. We did lower inflation.
See that, y'all? He wanted to cough, but he forgot that the cough didn't come yet.
But there are many other things in that legislation. One of the most significant laws ever enacted, especially when it comes to reducing the cost of prescription drugs.
The American people don't, well, we do care about prescription drugs, but god damn it, what about inflations? What about the selling out? Know what I'm saying?
Companies are charging 30 times that $10 or more than that. Now, because of the Inflation Reduction Act, seniors on Medicare like Steve are paying $35 a month instead of $400 a month. Because of the Inflation Reduction Act, seniors on Medicare like Steve are paying $35 a month instead of $400 a month. Because of the Inflation Reduction Act, seniors on Medicare like Steve are paying $35 a month instead of $400 a month. It matters. 3 months after the Inflation Reduction Act went into effect, all 3 of the major insulin manufacturers lowered their prices for insulin for everyone.
My name is Stephen Hadfield, and I'm from Matthews, North Carolina. I am 71 years old, a husband, a grandfather of 3, and a football fanatic. I also live with a rare blood cancer and type 2 diabetes, 2 health conditions that require very expensive drugs. Every month, the treatment I need to stay alive costs $16,000. It require very expensive drugs. Every month, the treatment I need to stay alive costs $16,000. I have been a hard worker all my life. Drugs. Every month, the treatment I need to stay alive costs $16,000.
Medicare like Steve are paying $35. Seniors on Medicare like Steve are paying $35. Seniors on Medicare like Steve are paying $35 a month instead. Seniors on Medicare like Steve are paying $35 a month instead of $4. Seniors on Medicare like Steve are paying $35 a month instead of $400 a month. Seniors on Medicare like Steve are paying $35 a month instead of $400 a month. Seniors on Medicare like Steve are paying $35 a month instead of $400 a month.
My name is Stephen Hadfield, and I'm from Matthews, North Carolina. I am 71 years old, a husband, a grandfather of 3, and a football fanatic. I also live with a rare blood cancer and type 2 diabetes, 2 health conditions that require very expensive drugs. Every month, the treatment I need to stay alive costs $16,000.